Hello, I'm Deb Knight. Welcome to A Current Affair. Another dingo attack on the island paradise Gari has sparked renewed calls for something drastic to be done. The big question is what, and whether it should be tourist or dingo numbers that are cut.
Visiting Gari, formerly known as Fraser Island, is one of the most incredible experiences our great country has to offer. A World Heritage listed wilderness with few paved roads, limited phone reception and the most pure dingo population anywhere in Australia. Experiencing nature as wild and rugged as this comes with a price. Tourists are given a very specific set of rules they must follow, in particular on how to stay safe around dingoes. The only way in is by ferry. 500,000 people travel here each year. They are met with warning signs about dingoes immediately upon arrival.
Dingoes are curious. They do not always want to attack you. Running away excites them and they may try to catch you.
The Jones family has just arrived from Victoria and son Mitch has done the research on staying dingo safe.
Don't feed them, don't run, don't be alone, stay in groups.
I guess my biggest concern was the 3-year-old, having a 3-year-old on the island and keeping an eye on him. He is quite adventurous, so keeping him close is going to be the main thing for us today to keep safe.
Senior dingo ranger Linda Berendorf says not every visitor to the island follows the rules.
Calling dingoes or young dingoes over to get your photo, your selfie, leaving food available accidentally or deliberately, calling them over to your car to drop some food so you get your photo.
That behaviour can eventually lead to dingoes losing their fear of humans and seeing them as a food source.
Don't run!
The latest shocking attack involved 23-year-old Brisbane woman Sarah Pete, who was set upon by a pack of dingoes whilst out jogging, herding her into the water until Good Samaritan Shane Moffat stopped, punching the animals away to save her life.
He was coming for me and then I've just gone like that and that was his teeth, the side of his face. When I hit him, he kind of shook twice on his head, and then he still lunged at me with a bit of aggression.
I think if this was a child, we'd be having a very different conversation.
The attack on this woman was absolutely terrifying. Dingoes use the ocean to herd prey like wallabies into the water so they can attack. The fact this tactic was used not only on a human, but an adult has shocked many on the island.
I was horrified because I didn't think that they would go after, an adult-sized female.
Marissa Garrett is on her 6th trip to Gari along with her young family. They follow the rules closely but have still had some scary dingo encounters.
I turned around and there was a dingo, and it was a larger dingo, and my first instinct was to run and to scream, but I was like, wait, you don't do that?
She stayed calm and didn't run, shouting at the animal until it went away.
My heart did stop for just a minute. I was a bit in panic mode, but it gave me a fright. It really did give me a fright. Rangers
monitor any dingoes exhibiting aggressive behaviour. One of the animals involved in the latest attack was deemed high risk after 39 negative human interactions, including hospitalising a 6-year-old girl. It has now been euthanased, becoming only the second dingo in the past 4 years to meet that fate.
Some people say after an incident like this that we need a cull of dingoes. What's your response to that?
Culling on Gari, it's not the answer. It's not the answer. We work, the team works with the individuals. We've got to be able to read when things are escalating, and we've also got to be able to manage the people around that.
Most visitors and locals do not support the idea of a widespread cull.
I guess we've got to keep in mind that they're a wild animal. So they're living out here in their natural habitat and we're coming into their habitat.
I don't know if they should do a culling for the whole island, though. I don't think that'd be right because this is their island.
Another common misconception is that the population of around 200 animals are hungry and lacking food sources. Linda Berendorf says recent whale beachings are providing even more food than usual.
There's turtles, dugongs, dolphins, All of that, as well as migrating birds, adds to the terrestrial food that they have. They have a smorgasbord to eat. They're not starving.
The rangers are the ones left to juggle that difficult balance between humans and dingoes sharing this precious place, and no amount of fencing will ever fully eradicate the risk.
We can't separate the whole of the island, and we can't stop people from going to the island. We're relying on people to be able to work with us, and dingoes will always do what dingoes do.
Don't be afraid to come here by any means. It's absolutely beautiful. Just do your research, and if you don't know the rules, then you will get in trouble.
Well, the dingo that was put down this week weighed 17 kilograms. Normally, they'd be around 12 or 13 kilos. Evidence, rangers say, that humans had been feeding it.